Welcome to a Christmassy reading vlog with a lot of Christmas and maybe not that much of reading, but I hope you still enjoy it. Never have I ever done a haul before in my life, so cut me some slack here. First off, I got some wrapping paper, which I actually didn't get at Action. I got it at Albert Heijn, but I liked the colors and the stars. And then I'll show you everything that I got at Action. First off, things to eat. I got these chips, which are Deep American Barbecue, which are obviously very festive. This one I got for free, kruidnoten, truffel kruidnoten, which is something quite Dutch, and I think we got them for free because Sinterklaas is past now, and they have to get rid of it somehow. And then I got these, which is a Haribo winter mix, which are just these gummies in Christmassy shapes like Christmas trees and stars and bells, in Christmassy colors as well. So far for food. Then some basic things to help me out. I got these tape rollers. These are sticky tape rollers, which I use for bullet journaling. And I got a coloring book for my daughter. And then some actual Christmassy stuff. I got a lot of Christmas cards. I got a beige box, the green box, the blue box, and the pink box. And these are cards that I'll be using for colleagues and friends, so you can look forward to that if you are one of those. And lastly, when I go to Action, I am a sucker for their small candlelights. So I got the seasonal ones, which are vanilla and honey, santal and sage, wild fig and cedarwood, and evergreen and cashmere. This one is my favorite, but all these smells are quite subtle, and I have actually already found my perfect Christmas candle for this year. I'll get it. There we go. This is my ultimate Christmas candle for this year. It is from IKEA. So I'm not sure how to pronounce that, but it says Wintervind. So I guess that's like winter scent or something, or winter 5. Because I think it is about these 5 spices. I cannot find them. They are not mentioned anywhere. But I can see ginger and cinnamon and I don't know what is that. Is it pistachio? I don't know what all of these are. Maybe you can see it better than me. There's no subtlety here whatsoever. This one smells like you are going to this Christmas or winter market. It gives me this scent of how do you call it? Do you call it spiced wine or mulled wine? But this is very much Christmas to me in a candle. Alright, that's it for my very first haul. How did I do? Leave a comment. See you later. I seem to be forgetting about the bookish updates, which is kind of the whole point of this video anyway. So the book that I am reading right now is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. This one was actually on my November to be read, but I really had a feeling that I had to read it this year. So when November ended, I still started this one, although it wasn't on my December to be read. It still feels like a December read anyway, so I am over halfway in, as you can see, but I'll tell you what it is about and how I liked it when I'm done, because actually I know what it is about, but I want to know how this continues before I talk about how I feel about this book. And then another bookish update is that my husband got me Intermezzo by Sally Rooney. It was a surprise gift for our 15 years together now. And I am very happy with this one. It was a book that I definitely wanted. So thanks again, love it very much. I wanted to make a video about how I set up my book journal for next year, and this is some of the footage that I took. Now I very quickly discovered that this is really not the type of thing I should be doing. As you can see, there are shadows everywhere. It would have been a very awful video, I think. But this is the part where where I was trying to show all the equipment that I would use for this journal. First off, I showed the Archer & Olive notebook that I'll be using. Then I showed the pens that I'll be using. And then I turned into other materials like a stencil for my lettering, some paper that I will rip and use as decoration. Then I have this beautiful box of washi tapes that is on the screen right now. It is the stories box from, let me think, the Notebook Therapy, which I like very much. It's very pretty. And so I continued showing you all these things. First we have some stickers. All of these were more dark academia themed. I was going for a brown palette intermixed with some gold and greens. Then I had this particular sticker which says "Leaving Reality Now," which felt quite appropriate for what I was doing. Some stickers with book quotes on them. Some loose stickers that I had laying about that seemed to fit the color palette or the theme. Stickers with seats or sofas on them, cozy seats to read in. More paper to use as craft paper for the back. I even have some postcards that are book related. They were all in like a brown scheme. I have these labels which are craft paper, which would be fun to put in titles and things like that. That was a pet washi tape with script on it, and here I have a craft paper washi tape with script on it. Moving on to even more pet tapes now, I think all pet tapes within the same theme. First we have one here with a lot of girls on them that are reading or just stacks of books. Then we had one with stars, some stickers that I had forgotten to show, even more girls, most of them are drinking coffee. Yeah. More washi tapes, green and gold and brown themed. I don't remember where all of these are from, actually. Probably should be able to mention that. Here we have another pet tape with lanterns, hanging lanterns, and this one has a cord of lights. So I'm back to talk about The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, and I find it a bit hard to talk about this one because I know this is an absolute fan favorite. And it's not a bad book by any means, but I don't think I appreciate it as much as some other people are appreciating this book. Maybe first of all talk about the content, what it is about. So this book is about Addie LaRue, and she is living in the 1790s, beginning of the 1800s, and she's told that she has to get married. She is forced to do so by her parents, but she doesn't want to, and then she pleads to the gods, and one of them answers, a dark god answers, and he strikes a deal with her. And the deal is that she can live for as long as she wants until she is ready to give up her soul. But as a trade-off, she will not be remembered by people, and she will not be able to tell or write people her name. So she is sort of doomed to live forever, but always be forgotten the moment that people lose sight of her, or when they fall asleep and when they wake up, they do not remember who she is anymore. And I really like that concept. I think it's a bit of a Faust tale. And I liked the character of the god of darkness. Well, it's not actually his name, but I'll call him that for this reason. And the story runs to present day, so as a writer, V.E. Schwab definitely had to choose which story she is going to tell or what she is going to focus on. So I'm definitely not blaming her for the choices that she made, because I do think it is an interesting aspect. But because she has to make choices, I do feel like a lot gets lost of those 300 years. A lot of it is told to us like Addie did that, and she learned this, and she did that, and she's seen that, and it doesn't make it really believable. She does have these scenes sometimes that are really vivid, which work really well to make this image, or to paint this image about Addie's life. But it does kind of feel like Addie is stuck in this person that she is. I don't know, I do feel that it is sort of strange, because I do believe that a person has a lot more evolution going on through the years when they're aging. I think seeing things and living things puts a lot of other things into perspective, so to say, and I'm kind of missing that. And then the other thing that I didn't really like in this book is, well, there are of course many relationships over 300 years. There are relationships, as far as you can talk about relationships when people don't remember you. But there is one very important relationship, and I don't want to talk too much about it, but I do want to utter my grievances. And this is a very important relationship, but I didn't believe in it at all, because it is kind of based on one single aspect that is important to Addie. And just because of that aspect, apparently she likes this person or starts to fall in love with this person. And I didn't really believe in the attraction beyond that one thing that is important to her. So it was kind of difficult to root for them. So, you know, it's definitely a good book. I enjoyed reading it. I'm glad that I went through this one, but it just won't be a forever favorite for me. the last few days I had a lot of work to do with the exams, a lot of correction work going on over here, and I chose to read something that is a bit easier, just so I could read something before going to bed. It was quick and not difficult for my very fried brain. And that book was the Father Christmas's Fake Beard book by Terry Pratchett. This is a collection of short stories, and all of them have to do something with Christmas or with snowy landscapes or things like that. If you know Terry Pratchett, then you know that he is a very funny writer. He has this absurd sense of humor. And when I was younger, I read quite a lot that was written by him. But lately, I haven't been turning to him as much. At the beginning of this year, I read the book A Stroke of the Pen, which is a collection of his short stories before he got more famous. I think stories that were published in newspapers. And I actually didn't really like those, but they were very much beginner stories. They weren't as great as his novels turned out to be. But these short stories are first of all centered around the Christmas theme, which is more fun to read if you have a theme going on. And they are written a bit better than those in A Stroke of the Pen were. Having said that, there are still some stories in here that weren't really my cup of tea. Terry Pratchett has a tendency to start with one thing and then continue with something else, and the story doesn't quite make sense, which is part of the humor, I suppose, but it doesn't always work for me that way. I like a story to be a bit more coherent and maybe have like this clever twist at the ending, more like the Roald Dahl short stories. However, there are stories in here that I really enjoyed that made me chuckle a bit. So if you are into this kind of thing, I would definitely recommend you to read this one. That also brings me to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm wishing you all the best for the upcoming year, and I hope you have some happy holidays. If you celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a really good time, and I hope to see you in the next video. Bye!